This one mistake cost us over thousands of dollars on Shopify. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about our biggest e-com mistakes we've made as young entrepreneurs. From building a proper store to running an effective Facebook ad, it's important not to rush when doing these things, honestly, because when I first started, I never really looked at all these things that you have to do, and it cost me thousands of dollars just because of these stupid mistakes that I made. Speed is key, but taking your time is very important too.
Anyways, guys, as Anthony said, speed is always key no matter what you're in, no matter if it's a business or fitness or whatever it may be, speed is always key. But then again, taking your time and working due diligently is also very important. A funny story I actually have is when I first started dropshipping, I was doing something that some of you will probably know is the free plus shipping method. And so I had this trendy necklace I found on AliExpress and a terrible built site that I made in like an hour, and so I was really rushed. I was really just excited to get to the money. All I wanted to do was get the sales, get the money, and then worry about the rest after. But so what actually happened was I received my first sale, my ever first sale. I remember I heard the first ka-ching, but the order totaled out to $0. And I looked at myself and I was like, how could it be $0? And so what I realized when I went back into my store was that I forgot to set a shipping rate. So the customer was able to check out and buy the item for $0 and pay $0 for shipping. So I was just out of money there. And so the reason I like telling this story is because if I had taken more time to look through my site before publishing it and make sure that the shipping was there, the policies were there, and many more factors, there wouldn't have been many issues. So I ended up refunding the customer, and I was pretty upset. Although I got a few more sales later on in the day that were actually normal, it would have been more money if I was just a little bit more slower and paid attention to what I was doing.
I've actually screwed up pretty bad too. Not the same thing as Corey, but I have done free plus shipping and it hasn't turned out well. I actually still make mistakes as an entrepreneur, surprisingly. You know, we all make mistakes. It's fine to learn from our mistakes. It's not a big deal. One of the biggest mistakes I made in Shopify dropshipping was switching a product variant to another product. So essentially what happened was I was on AliExpress and I didn't really know how to use Oberlo that well when I was just first starting out, really. And what happened was I changed the products, the product that I was selling, I changed the link to it, so like the override link, so I changed it to another product. And I was actually running Facebook ads for the product at the time while there was live visitors on my store, and people were purchasing it, and I was getting excited because I was seeing sales come through my phone. You know, my phone was going off. I got super excited. So, you know, when I went to go fulfill the order on Oberlo, it came up as another product, and I didn't understand what was happening. So at the time when I was spending like hundreds of dollars on ads, I saw these orders and from this product, so I got kind of worried and I didn't know what to do. So that right there cost me about a couple $100. But honestly, one of the biggest mistakes for me was running Facebook ads without no help whatsoever. You know, I went on YouTube a couple of times. I would search up how to use Facebook, all those things. And honestly, like I spent over like $2,000 to $3,000 just flat on Facebook ads without even making any sales. Just like a couple sales. Not enough to make me money, you know, losing money most of the time. It was hard to see that money go away, but you can't be emotionally attached. That's something I've really learned through my journey of being an entrepreneur and also doing drop shipping is your emotions. And you can't let your emotions get to you, because when you're attached to something, you're going to worry about it and you're going to think about it over and over again. And you just have to realize that money is just kind of like, it comes and it goes. And when you're attached to it, it's really going to affect the way you do things. So the best thing to do is just close your eyes when you run Facebook ads. Don't even look at your screen, honestly. Maybe close your laptop for a couple of days, let the ads run. Maybe you should even close your Shopify notifications, because honestly, if you're some newbie spending like $50 a day and they're cringing every time they see no sales. So it's important to really keep your emotions clear and just have a good mindset when you're doing these things.
Another thing that I want to talk about to you guys as an entrepreneur and making mistakes is if you make these mistakes, it's okay, it's going to happen. Don't try avoiding them, because when you try avoiding mistakes, most of the time you just make more. So go ahead, try everything you want, make these mistakes, but once you make them the first time, please learn from them and just counteract to that. So if you find yourself making the same mistakes 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times, and you're not really doing anything about it, then what does that say about you, right? So make sure that after you make these mistakes, you learn new strategies, implement new things, that you learn from making that mistake, right? So for example, if you ran ads a certain way and you've tried it 1 or 2 times and it just didn't work out for you, that's fine. You've made the mistake, you spent the money, you may have lost money, but that's fine. Now go out there and try a brand new strategy or something else that's a little bit different than your previous method. And from there, you'll just learn and be able to grow.
So back to what Corey was saying, it's okay to do the same things as long as you're learning from it. Back when I had a mentor, he taught me something really important. And he said, you know, practice makes perfect. Yeah, that's good. But if you're practicing something wrong, then you're not doing it properly. If you practice the same thing wrong over and over again, you're just going to end up screwing yourself over because, you know, it's just not right. And it's important to realize, you know, when you're making a mistake, you have to know that it's a mistake, because some people think they're doing things properly and they just end up doing it over and over again. They think, well, why aren't my Facebook ads working? Well, because you keep doing the same thing. It's good to test different things out, okay? You always gotta test different strategies. You always gotta test new creatives. You gotta test new budgets. You gotta test new everything. But if you're doing the same thing over and over again, you know, maybe even the same budget over and over again, and the same creative over and over again, you gotta diversify your audience and kind of set up your ads differently so that it's not always the same. That's why it's super important, that saying. It's really important to know that the practice makes perfect thing. Yeah, like when you're practicing something, you gotta make sure it's right and you're not practicing something wrong. Alright guys, so that pretty much sums up for this video. Me and Corey actually just started school, so we're trying to balance our time between, you know, our own businesses, our YouTube channels, our clients, and school at the same time. So we're going to be trying our best to put as much content for you guys as possible, whether it's on our Instagram or YouTube. We're still trying to do the weekly YouTube video thing, if possible. That really would make us happy if we could do that. So we're going to be grinding as much as we can to provide you guys with content. We have lots of ideas planned for you guys, so stay tuned, please. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video. You know, maybe even share it to a friend. They might find this useful. Who knows? You know, our mistakes could help you guys, which is kind of like the whole point of this. Okay, guys, Ecom Street. We just got right here. This fucking guy. Oh yeah, we're in the office. This is the office. So, see you later.